Nancy Reagan, the former First Lady of the United States, to the 40th President of America, said, "A woman is like a tea bag. You cannot tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water." And so, once upon a time, Meera was one of the top criminal lawyers of the country, and her experience told her that a murder case that had come to her would not be an easy one. Vaidehi was brought in handcuffed to the visitor's room. She looked like she had not slept in days. Her hair matted, and there were slight bruises on her face. Meera flashed her most reassuring smile as she sat down in front of her. "Then tell me, once again, what happened the night your husband died?" Meera asked softly. Vaidehi took a deep breath and launched into her story of anguish. "I was married to Shekhar for 4 years, and in those 4 years, I only saw the ugly side of him. Shekhar was a drunkard, unemployed and frustrated. I ran the house with whatever I earned at the advertising agency. As the years went by, Shekhar's behavior only got worse. He would beat me at the slightest provocation. I was scared, very scared. Then one day, I met a friend of mine from college. He was someone I had dated for a bit, but things did not work out between us. This time, however, he became my pillar of strength." "This is Rajesh?" Meera quickly checked again. Whether he nodded and continued. "Rajesh told me that the only way out for me was to run away from Shekhar and start a life somewhere else, in some other city. But the day when I got home, Shekhar had pictures of Rajesh and me together. Apparently, he'd hired a detective. He knew somehow that I was planning to run. He began to slap me around again. I tried fighting back, but he was just too strong for me. Then he took his gun out. I was petrified. I ran to the bathroom and locked myself in. I heard him hollering and threatening to break the door down. Then I heard 2 gunshots after that. I did not hear anything. When I heard nothing for about half an hour, I let myself out carefully. To my horror, Shekhar lay there in a pool of blood. He was shot dead. 2 bullets inside him. I saw his gun lying there. I picked the gun up in case he was playing some trick on me. The next thing I heard was the police sirens, and I was arrested for killing my husband." Vaidehi closed her eyes, too rattled to live through it again. Meera stretched her hand and held Vaidehi's shaking hands. Back at her office, Meera rewound the dictaphone once again to the beginning and asked her assistant Farzana to take notes while she let the facts talk to her. The dictaphone came to life and Meera's voice filled the room. "Meera, meeting number 4, client, Vaidehi Verma, Tuesday, 29th May. Now, Vaidehi, tell me everyone who could be involved. We must suspect everyone who could have a motive. You said that Shekhar had an ex-wife?" "Yes," said Vaidehi, "but she died years back." "But did Shekhar not have a daughter from that marriage?" "Yes, he does." "How old is she?" "She's about 22. Where does she live?" "In Dubai." "Shekhar and Aruna, that is his daughter's name, are not in touch. I have seen her only once through my married years. So Aruna is very much on the list. Anyone else you can think of? Anyone who might have a motive? I have no idea. All right, I understand. Meera turned the dictaphone off and gazed out at the rain-swept city. Have you seen the forensic report? No, I have not. Farzana felt a tad guilty for not having done that. I'm foxed by the report. It says that the bullets found in Shekhar's body were definitely fired from the gun that was found at the scene of the crime. And it had both Shekhar and Vaidehi's fingerprints on it. But Meera sat back down, sipping on a glass of water. The strange thing is that there was a road rage incident that Shekhar was arrested for a couple of years back. He had fired a bullet at someone's car. The police had done a forensic report at that time as well. The bullet fired at that time does not match the bullet found in Shekhar's body. They are two different guns. Why would Shekhar own two guns of the same kind? Also, he has a license for only one gun. So where did this other gun come from? Farzana could only stare in response. Meera continued with her thought process. The guns were exchanged, Farzana. Someone did that. In this gun exchange lies the secret of this case. Whoever has killed Shekhar should have Shekhar's gun. What is your theory? Farzana asked, knowing that Meera had already thought of something. Okay, here it is then, Meera began to explain. Aruna's mother was killed in a car crash. The police report and the media said that she was driving the car while Shekhar was in the passenger seat, but that was not consistent with their injuries and the forensic reports. If I were Aruna, I would have grown up thinking that my father killed my mother, remarried another woman, and forgot all about me. I would try and get rid of both of them in one blow. I have a hunch that she was the one who called her father anonymously and told him that Vaidehi was seeing Rajesh. On the day Vaidehi had planned to run, Aruna knew that there would be an altercation. Knowing her drunk father, she entered the house, waited for an opportune time, then shot Shekhar with a gun because she could obviously not use his gun. Then she took Shekhar's gun with her and left her gun in Shekhar's hand. This way the gun had Shekhar's handprints, and when Vaidehi, being stupid, picked up the gun, it also had her fingerprints. Farzana took her time to process this theory. There's only one problem. The CCTV footage shows that no one entered the house for the 2 hours between the time Vaidehi came from office and the murder took place. So, if Aruna stole into the house, how did she do it? Farzana posed the question, almost killing Meera's theory completely. Meera stared at the images for what seemed like a really long time and then called out to Farzana, "You see that puddle of water outside the building?" Meera asked with a smile. Farzana nodded. "I think we have just cracked this one," Meera exclaimed. "The defense would like Mr. Ram Murthy. He is the manager of the security agency," Meera announced to the court. The head manager of the security agency took his place at the witness box. Meera walked up to him and then, with a splash of drama, turned on the television that was placed in the court to replay the CCTV footage. "You are the manager of the security agency, Mr. Ram Murthy, right?" Meera began her examination. "Yes, I am," the man croaked out of nervousness. "Are you in charge of the CCTV footage of this apartment building?" Yes, I am." "You have submitted to the court a copy of the footage of the night of 1st of May 2015, the night Mr. Shekhar Verma was murdered in the same apartment building. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. Mr. Ramamurthy, is this the copy of the footage of that night? Meera played the footage for the manager again. No one in the court had a clue what Meera was getting after. Yes, this is the footage, the manager confirmed. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. The manager was a bit shaken. And we can see that no one really came in and out of the building at the entire time before the murder. Meera pressed on. Yes, that's correct. Meera then paused the CCTV footage and looked towards the judge. Your Honor, I would like to draw your attention to the biggest puddle of water that one can see clearly in the footage. I would like you to see what image is reflected in that puddle. The judge narrowed his eyes to see, but he could not make out. I cannot see clearly, the judge said. I took the liberty to get a software engineer to magnifying the image. What do you see, Mr. Ramamurthy? Meera asked the manager. It's the movie theater across the street, and there's a poster of a movie on it. Does it say now showing? And the name of the film? Meera asked the manager again. Yes, it does. Can you see the name of the film? Meera asked again. The Power of Nano. That is correct, Meera said encouragingly. Do you know, Mr. Ramamurthy, that the 1st of May was a Thursday, and the 2nd of May, obviously, a Friday. The Power of Nano released in theaters on the 2nd of May, and I can bring the manager of the theater to attest to this fact. Do you wish me to do that? The court burst into a huge uproar. Mr. Ramamurthy, you have lied under oath and you will go to jail, I'm sure. Is this not the footage of the next day? Have you not replaced the footage? Ramamurthy was now shaking like an aspen leaf. Answer me, screamed Meera. Yes, Ramamurthy looked pale. Who asked you to lie to the court? Tell us now. Ramamurthy pointed to Aruna Verma sitting quietly in the corner of the court. Nothing could be heard after that. Everyone was speaking at the same time. Meera looked at Vaidehi with a smile. Vaidehi could only fold her hands and thank Meera for the tears that ran down her face.